Al-IyamoyeTv Radio, Voice of the Voiceless. Al-IyamoyeTv Radio, Voice of the Voiceless.
Sports Rock.
Ericsson, Garnacho hasn't stopped. Garnacho has scored in stoppage time. And Manchester United have nicked it.
For updates in the world of football.
Sterling for Liverpool. He's seen Henderson face to face with Fernandinho. Henderson! Oh wow! Lift the Anfield roof. Company's error, yes.
Formula One.
Imka's down the inside now. Comes Carlos Sainz on Lewis Hamilton. Sainz just squeezes Hamilton, who goes over the rumble strip.
Cycling. Boxing. Basketball and lots more. Listen to us live on Sport Rush, Mondays to Fridays, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv Radio. For more inquiries, please call 0806-242-9799. Sports Rush, your everyday dose of sports.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sportville on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, where we give you the updates on sports all over the world today. And I am YAZID.
I'm sure Ali Moises SM Sports. Good morning.
Okay, starting with talk of the day on Dusan Vlahovic, which have been receiving interest from the Paris Saint-Germain side due to the fact that Kylian Mbappe's future at Paris Saint-Germain isn't certain. My question on that, Dusan Vlahovic, should he pick either PSG or Chelsea?
To me, looking at Dusan Vlahovic as a replacement for Kylian Mbappe, I think it's not. You can't say it's a like-to-like replacement because Dusan Vlahovic is a striker. We know Kylian Mbappe being a winger. So if really PSG wants a clinical goal-scoring striker, I think Dusan Vlahovic is also good. But we can't. If Dusan Vlahovic eventually joined PSG, we might not be able to judge him based on that because we know the age, we know French League One, we know how it's very flexible for strikers to score a good amount of goals. And if he eventually joins Chelsea, he will be able to prove himself. So okay, from one top league to another top league, because you can't compare French League One with Italian Serie A, and you can't compare French League One with English Premier League as well. And you can't compare Italian Serie A with English Premier League as well. Kind of toughness in the English Premier League. I think if he join PSG will enjoy it. He score a good amount of goals for PSG. But the question is it Dusan Vlahovic that PSG need for them to be able to get the UEFA Champions League? Dusan Vlahovic also has a good amount of experience in the UEFA Champions League as well, which is no. He has only played once in the Europa League. Only twice in the Europa League. I think it's with Juventus and Fiorentina. He has not played in the Europa Champions League before for anything. I think that experience is invalid. If he ever join Chelsea will enjoy because now we know that Chelsea need a goal scorer. And don't forget, at PSG still have the likes of Neymar da Silva Jr., Kylian Mbappe. They have the likes of Ugo Ekitike, striker as well in PSG team. I think if he eventually join Chelsea, it will be very good for him to build on the past reputation he has at Fiorentina than joining PSG.
Okay, with the likes of players, PSG of course, we have Skriniar, we have Manuel Ugarte, we have Asensio, we have Lucas Hernandez, and these are Kemin Lee. Do you see them replicating their past performance last season?
They can replicate their past performance last season in French League.
Not in
Champions League. I don't see them competing so much in the because now a lot of issue is now arising at PSG. Unless in the dressing room with the kind of issue of Kylian Mbappe, a new coach, new players entirely for PSG, and for them to be able to get this style of play of the team. Don't forget, I used to say it. The kind of pressure PSG has at PSG. At French League One, it's not the kind of pressure they always have in the Champions League. Don't forget, there are two players that have said this before. Dani Alves said it. He said the kind of attitude that PSG always put in whenever they are playing French League One game, that is the kind of character they always brought into the other Champions League games. So same thing as the likes of Edison Cavani, Lavesi. Even though I think with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I've said it before. That league itself is drawing back PSG to get better off in the UEFA Champions League. I think it's only when we have the Saudi billionaires or American billionaires investing so much in the French League One. When it's now competitive, that is when we can say PSG will be able to get, because we can't say PSG to rest player in the French League One and use them in the Euro Champions League. If you rest player in the French League One and use them in the Euro Champions League, player will be match rust as well. So the competitiveness in the French League One is not that much. That is what is depriving. Okay, let's look at Bayern Munich for example. We know there is no competition in German Bundesliga as well, but you can't compare the kind of teams that in German Bundesliga compared to French League One. So that's just my point. I don't see them going too far in the Europa Champions. Having now experience, which because they have had so much amount of experience, called the light of Carlo Ancelotti, where did they end up? They have the like of Thomas Tuchel, where they end up. So I don't see them going so far in the Europa Champions League.
Okay, now that Lionel Andres Messi has arrived yesterday in USA for the matches to come, what I want to bring up in that, we know when Cristiano Ronaldo went to the Saudi Arabian side, it helped them not only football-wise, also commercially and other. And why? Let's not forget, USA are the one hosting the World Cup 2026, and Messi has now landed in USA. Do you see him having a lot of impact in the involvement of USA?
My number one point is Inter Miami should expect another challenge for the team. Don't forget when Cristiano Ronaldo joined Al-Nassr. Al-Nassr are top of, I think they're top of the league when he joined Al-Nassr. But when he joined Al-Nassr, teams that started playing Al-Nassr start putting in extra effort because of Cristiano Ronaldo. So Inter Miami also should expect huge amount of pressure with the likes of Messi, Sergio Busquets, possibly Jordi Alba joining the team. But now Messi joining Inter Miami, I think he will have a lot of huge impact in the Inter Miami team. Don't forget Inter Miami at the bottom of the league. Yeah. And I think if Messi eventually joins them, we will start seeing Inter Miami flowing flying in the league. Messi is not yet finished. It's not yet finished product. Messi is still very active whenever he's playing, he plays football. Don't forget, he has so many family problems at PSG. Don't forget, Messi said he lived in a hotel while playing for PSG. So this kind of issue will make a player not to be happy. His family, his children are not happy with the kind of life he lives in France. I think at Inter Miami, don't forget, Messi also has some stakes in the Inter Miami team. Yeah. So he also want to put in huge amount of, a lot of performance for Inter Miami. And don't forget, now Messi, Inter Miami, aside from getting good performance from Messi on the pitch, off the pitch, they will sell so much amount of jerseys for Lionel Messi. I think if Lionel Messi eventually, if he's unveiled at Inter Miami will get out of the relegation zone and move up to the top of the table.
Okay, let's take a short break from here. When we get back on the break, we are still on the updates on the football news going on around. You stay with us. Thank you.
Thousands have been disappointed severally in their bid to seek greener pasture abroad. To those quack in the traveling agency business, it is a rocket science. That is not our case at TAOHEED Travels and Tour. We have in-depth details on how to successfully, without stress, help you process and secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Do you want permanent residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, Africa? It's no big deal to us at TAOHEED Travels and Tour. Our years of experience and expertise speaks volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for you, USA and Canada, within a twinkle of an eye. We offer Hajj and Umrah services to our Muslim faith What are you waiting for? Consult us at number 9 South Central Mall, Sholake Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abiola Way, Abeokuta. 0802 733 0900 or 0806 578 4060. Stop wasting money. Pay for peace of mind. Talk to Taosaf Travels and Tour.
Welcome back to Sports Vibe on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Okay, still on football updates. Mason Greenwood has been spotted back in training in Manchester United team in Dubai. Mason Greenwood, the star boy who had issues with his personal life and went on jail terms for a year, which he didn't play football. And now he's finally back at Manchester United. There have been rumors saying Manchester United might loan him out or sell him out to another team, as they don't condone irresponsible attitude. But there's also rumors saying he was spotted in training in Manchester United. Do you see progressing in Manchester United if he eventually starts playing football back?
To me, it might be spotted in the Manchester United training ground. I don't see Mason Greenwood continue with Manchester United next season. I think what Manchester United need to do now is to send him out on loan. In order for him to rejuvenate his football career. Because don't forget, admin is another country, or admin is another team. Aside from one of the top teams in England, like of Chelsea, Man U, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Let's put Man City as well, because Man City is now part of one of the top teams in England. Even the Tottenham Hotspur, you can't expect such a thing to happen to a player, and you expect that team to accept such a player. But don't forget Mendy. I think Man City has released him. For the past 2 years, he has issue with sexual assault, rape issue. Same thing as Mason Greenwood. I think the best issue for Mason Greenwood now is to go out to build his own image back. And Man U might also want to sell him, but they don't want to sell him now because they know they might not get money on Mason Greenwood. Sending him out on loan, I think Mason Greenwood will still performing very well if you send out on loan. Man U will be able to get a certain amount of money on Mason Greenwood. I don't see him playing for Manchester United next season.
Ever or does next season?
I don't see him playing for Man U next season. If Man U see his performance, maybe he sent out on loan. If Man U sees his performance, it's not depend on the coach now. It depends on the board of Man U. Same thing as the coach, same thing as the player. Don't forget, Manchester United female side are clamoring that they don't want to see Mason Greenwood at Man U because what happened to a female that was attached to Mason Greenwood, and because of a player, you can't destroy a whole brand because of a player. So it's 50-50 chance seeing Mason Greenwood still playing for Manchester United in the future. But I see him going out on loan. Maybe if Man U want to sell him, they will get some amount of money on Mason Greenwood.
Okay, Manchester City, the champion and the treble winners of last season. See, they have only made a transfer of Matthew Kovacic into the team. We have still had the likes of Gudogan, and they say speculations on Aymeric Laporte, Joao Caicedo. Do you think Manchester, because I haven't seen any interest of Manchester City interested in any player for now, do you think they are all good for the next season campaign?
My question is, what else do you want City to do? Because this Man City team, the only thing they need to do maybe is to have some other replacement for the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of injury getting on the captain. And don't forget, Guardiola is kind of coach that loves to look at the transfer market before getting the try. He has done what I expect him to do at Man City, replacing Gudogan with a like-to-like player in the player of Matthew Kovacic. And don't forget, next season we might see the best of Matthew Kovacic at Man City. And don't forget, they are also on the deal of one player, Goscovadio at RB Leipzig. And if Man City eventually bring in Goscovadio at their defense, I think they are not getting replacement for Eric Laporte. They are getting replacement for John Stones. Because you might eventually see John Stones in the middle of the park next season. So let's look for another world-class defender to join the center. But don't forget, they are also still on the issue of not releasing Kai Walker at Man City. Bayern Munich want to get Kai Walker and they said they don't want to release him. And don't forget, Man City has like 5 players or 6 players at the back. In the middle of the park, they have like 6 or 7 players in the middle of the park as well. In the fourth line, they only have 2 striker and they have some wingers. If Riyad Mahrez eventually join Saudi team because they are still on the job, they might bring in new player. Don't forget, the financial fair play are watching Man City as well. So they need to look at the market. Don't forget last night Cole Palmer. They still have this kind of player they want to bring in next season. You got like a Fifode that doesn't pay too much for Man City next season. I don't see Man City bringing in so much amount of players next season because the aim of Man City next season would be to defend the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah.
So maybe they will need to relax till January to bring in players. Or if they want to bring in players, they will need to let a player move out of the team to bring in a player.
Okay, there's been speculations on the Ballon d'Or between Haaland and Lionel Messi. Not even that, people are saying Lionel Messi won the World Cup and all. And someone I watched is on social media. Someone brought up the issue of Julian Alvarez, saying Julian Alvarez also won the World Cup and was also a treble winner. That doesn't judge Messi to be one eligible for World Cup for the Ballon d'Or this season.
You know, my own option is if there is no World Cup last year, I would have said single-handedly for Haaland. But because of the FIFA World Cup that Argentina eventually crowned the winner after they defeated France in the final. But my question is, Ballon d'Or. It's high time we start recognizing club performance ahead of country performance. Because we know that there are some countries, there are some players that play for countries that are not well known. Now, the issue of Haaland, he plays for Norway. I can say it categorically. Norway Haaland might not get a chance to play at the World Cup throughout his career. Don't forget, Ryan Giggs doesn't play World Cup because of Wales. And you can't when you're talking about Manchester United, you can't remove Man U from Ryan Giggs, and you can't remove Ryan Giggs from Man U. He played all his own life for Manchester United, and you can't say because Ryan Giggs not play at the World Cup, he's not one of the greatest players in the world. And some players like that. Don't forget, the likes of Ibrahimovic is not even have the chance to get the World Cup at the hand. But the issue is now is that at the World Cup, I mean, Haaland went to the World Cup as well. He scored like maybe like 6-7 goals. Can say he also went to the World Cup, but his team is not, his country is not found at the World Cup. But don't forget, Messi has also said, if he doesn't get the the Ballon d'Or, he doesn't care. Now he has achieved his aim. Is the greatest of all time with the World Cup and with the Ballon d'Or he has ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, the people that bring that are always host Ballon d'Or, I think is a French company that have a Ballon d'Or at hand. But now see the issue. They might see the issue with now Messi at PSG. They used to counter Messi and say, okay, we'll give it to Haaland. And don't forget, Messi has also said he doesn't care if you get the Ballon d'Or or not. Me, I still continue to insist on giving Haaland the Ballon d'Or because of the work he did at Man City last season, getting Man City to the Euro Champions League final and eventually won the Champions League. He won treble, won the Champions League for the first time for the Manchester City history. I think he really worth the Ballon d'Or.
Let me quickly ask a quick question before we round it off today on the program. Can we ever see a Ronaldo and Messi debate ever again in football?
We cannot say the debate again because let's look at the world of football now. Which player? Can we name two players that are on par with each other? That are moving themselves, that are motivating each other in order for them to drive themselves to success. Don't forget, Messi and Ronaldo, the style of football is quite different. Ronaldo's success is due to hard work. Messi's success is due to talent. Very, very gifted player. Now, in the world of football now, if you say Kylian Mbappe success so far in the world of football is due to hard work. Erling Haaland as well is due to hard work. Because people will still continue to say Erling Haaland needs to improve on his teamwork, on his right-footed leg.
Yeah.
And people will say Mbappe too also need to work on his left leg to score so much, or how to use his head to score goals. Which other player we've seen the likes of Neymar da Silva Jr., we've seen the likes of Eden Hazard. They have failed to live up to expectation. Don't forget 2010 World Cup at South Africa. Neymar and Hazard are compared. Say, okay, no, it's not 2010, it's 2014 World Cup. 2014 World Cup. They are compared together as this kind of player, these two players will be able to debutize for Ronaldo and Messi in the future. Where are they now? For the past 2 seasons now, you say Kylian Mbappe is on par, and Neymar they are on par. Neymar has not even gotten got to the third position at the Ballon d'Or. Same thing as Mbappe. So I don't see another debate. Maybe if you want to say, maybe we'll say Vinicius Junior.
I was about to say that also.
My question now is, before Vinicius, get to the age of Kylian Mbappe. Nobody, Vinicius is 22 years of age. Kylian Mbappe is 24 years of age. Vinicius Junior and Erling Haaland are around the same age. Before Vinicius get to the age of Kylian Mbappe, we know how to drop form. Will you still continue on this same scene to perform better for Madrid? Don't forget, if Madrid eventually bring in Kylian Mbappe, I think we have a problem. That's it. I don't see two players contesting for Ballon d'Or for like 15 years as Messi and Ronaldo did. You can just see a player coming in. Don't forget, there's only Luka Modric that broke the race between Ronaldo and Messi. I don't see any other two players contesting for Ballon d'Or for another 15 good years. I don't see the race again.
Okay, we've come to the end of Sportville today on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell for more programs like this. I remain YAZID.
Sure, I'm sure Lemo should SMB Sports.
Tell you a good bye.